Okay, Supabase has just released the greatest MCP edition for the whole MCP universe. It's called Supabase MCP Server. It lets you interact with Supabase directly from MCP clients like Cursor, Windsurf, and other tools you use like Claude Desktop and other clients. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to use it to 10x your workflow inside Cursor using Supabase MCP Server. Let's get straight into it. I've got a table here called the notes table. I created this notes table using only MCPs. If you check my previous chats, you'll see it was all done with MCP, nothing manual. Now I'll show you how to do it again and explain how to set up MCP servers using Supabase and Cursor. We're going to add 50 dummy nodes to the notes table. Manually adding this data would take a lot of time. So we'll use the list project MCP tool that comes from Supabase. If you go to Cursor settings and then MCP, you'll see all the tools there. By the way, I've explained every single MCP tool on my channel. All of them have well-rated tutorials. If you like the content, please watch and subscribe to the channel. You'll get more content on how to use AI, boost your workflow, and make money online with AI. I also run a school community for which I will paste the link in the description. You can sign up for things like building agents with N8N, building apps with Cursor, and productivity hacks using Cursor MCP. Now let's populate the entries. We'll call the list projects tool and run it if you want. You can also enable YOLO mode. That way it auto runs and you don't have to keep clicking the run button every time. Now we'll call MCP list tables to get the tables. When you get the output, you'll see a JSON object. By the way, I'm using Gemini 2.5 Pro. It's one of the best models for both reasoning and coding right now. I found the notes table inside the public schema. It has the data we need. Now I'll generate the SQL to insert 50 dummy nodes using that table and its columns. Just give a simple prompt. That's it. It will now confirm the plan and then generate the SQL automatically. Now we run the SQL tool. It added 50 dummy nodes to the table. Look at the table here. You'll see all 50 nodes added. Doing this by hand would have taken a long time, writing all the insert queries in a SQL editor. But here, it was all done right inside Cursor, so you get a real advantage. You can use almost all Supabase queries right from inside Cursor. You don't have to leave the window. That's the kind of productivity boost you get when you use it. Now I want to build a small web app to show how this tool works inside Cursor. I'll build a to-do app that does CRUD operations on the Supabase notes table. CRUD stands for create, read, update, and delete. It lets you work with the table, add notes, update notes, delete notes, and so on. Let's build it in an index.html file using Tailwind CSS. I gave a simple prompt. It's now planning everything step by step. Next, we'll call an MCP to get the project URL because we need that. I'll run the tool. Now it fetched the project URL. It's also getting the anonymous key. Here's the project ID and here's the anonymous key. Great. Now we have everything ready. Let's create the index.html file. I now have the Supabase URL. So I'll create the file. This file will include basic HTML5, Tailwind CSS using CDN, the Supabase JavaScript client, and everything else we need. Let's wait for that to finish. Now it's generated. If you check, the index.html file is ready. I created the file. I'll accept all the changes once that's done. Now the application is here. I've accepted the changes. The file is ready. I'll just right click and then open this up in live server so I can see the demo. Don't worry too much about the UI right now. It's pretty basic. I'll make it better later if needed. What it did was pull out every single node from the Supabase table. And we did that using just the first prompt. We didn't make any manual calls to Supabase, didn't write any API code or read the docs in detail. Usually going through all the API documentation is a long and boring process. But with this MCP integration, we got everything straight from Cursor. How cool is that? Now imagine you have 10 different tables. Normally, you'd have to read the docs again and again just to insert or update something. That's really frustrating. But with MCP server, your productivity goes way up. Let's test it out. If you mark a node as flagged, it moves to the done section. You also have a revert option that lets you undo changes. And of course, you can create a new node too. Let's say the dummy node 51. Now click add node, it gets added right away. The UI also updates nicely. If you go back to the table, you'll see it's updated there too. Pretty cool, right? Everything is fully connected. Now I'll quickly explain how to set this up. It's actually very simple. You can follow the original documentation, but just so you know, I already have all the steps covered in my school community in 10x Cursor with MCP Classroom. Make sure to join my school community. You'll also learn about other MCPs like how to build with GitHub MCP, how to make apps with Figma MCP, and more. All right, so let's follow the docs now. If you go to the official Supabase documentation, you'll find the MCP setup guide for Supabase. To use Supabase, you need a personal access token. It's easy to get. Just log into Supabase, go to access tokens, and click generate new token. Give it a name like Supabase MCP token or anything you want, then click generate. Make sure you copy this token right away. You won't be able to see it again later. Now go to cursor settings, then click on MCP. You'll see all the MCP servers there. I have a lot of them set up already because I teach about each one on my YouTube channel. You can follow my channel too. It'll help you learn AI faster, build real apps with AI, and even learn how to make money online using these tools. Now what you do is click add global MCP server and add a new MCP server for Supabase. You'll use the same command from the documentation for this part. By the way, if you haven't joined my school community yet, I really recommend it. That's where I teach everything about AI, how to build agents with AI and how to make money using AI. There's a lot of cool stuff I share there and you definitely don't want to miss it. Also, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me keep making content like this. And if you face any issues, just drop a comment on the video. I'll personally help you out. Thanks a lot for watching and stay tuned.